Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my latest video out here for you. Man, I threw this thing together faster than I have in a while because I had to get a bunch of stuff out about Biden. As I call him, Biden time. The reason I call him Biden time is because he's biding time for the Antichrist to show up and for all the stuff to come in line. His removal by and then replacement by Harris, which is in a lot of predictive programming, is I'm going to show you some of it, just some of it, because I'm not going to do a 10-hour video, is been planned for a long, long time. This stuff's, man, it's all over the place. I'm going to show you how it's in different predictive programming and for a long time, and the dates and everything. It's pretty crazy how this is going, and I've been saying, some people say over the years, you predicted stuff. Show me. Watch my videos. I basically share a lot of these things about my predictions of things in my videos. I've been talking about, for years that Biden would be removed and replaced by Harris. I've also been talking for many, many months specifically about dementia, and he's going to be removed because of dementia. That's been in my timeline. By the way, my full timeline is going to be posted and pinned to the top of comments on this video. So you want to see the whole timeline going from the pre-day, July 31st, which is a type of July 4th, because July 31st is July, and then 31st is 3 plus 1 is 4. July 4th is then, boom, explosions going on, fireworks, the beginning of the birth of the Antichrist, and then it's a 16-day with a pre-day and a post-day, a 16-day process of the dismantling of the United States, or Mystery Babylon. So I'm going to go through this and get through a lot of things in the predictive programming here. It's going to be a little shorter video than normal probably, but let's get going here. So as a lot of people know, I'm the Exalted Lamb 1 on YouTube. But on Telegram, I'm Exalted Lamb 1 without the. Having no part in the worthless deeds of darkness, but instead exposing them is my motto, Ephesians 5:11. People can claim all they want that I'm a false prophet or whatever ridiculousness that is. I've always just speculated on what might be happening. This is all pure speculation based on the crumbs and the little trail of breadcrumbs that the Lord gives me over the years and day to day and everything. All I can do is speculate. People speculate in the stock market, people speculate on all kinds of stuff in life, and because I'm speculating, I'm a false prophet. Wrong answer. That's ridiculous. So this is my motto, and that's what the Lord himself, as I know him personally, Jesus, has called me to do. So if you have issues with that, take it up with him. And if you have any negative comments and all that stuff, that's they're going to be deleted. Okay, it's ridiculous. So grow up and go find someone else to harass. So moving on here. So I'm going to get into a couple details about a little bit of the things you need to know for this video. First thing is, and I've shared these before in the past, the rule of Kalel. The Kabbalistic rule of Kalel states that one digit can be added to or subtracted from the Gematria value of a word without affecting its value. This seems to modern ears to be a cheat. However, the Kabbalists explain the rule by pointing out that for them, 1 was not a number. The monad symbolizes the divinity and could come and go as he pleased, adding nothing and taking nothing away. Okay, so that's important. So I really don't add a 1, but I usually can take it away sometimes to show you how that works. I feel like adding a 1 is kind of a cheat. Taking away 1 is not a big deal, because usually I take it away from somewhere else and then it's added and then taken away already. So I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, so the other thing I want to mention is above here, right here, is 0 is hiding O, as in Obama, okay? And O is, what is O? O is 15, the 15th letter of the alphabet, or 1 plus 5 equals 6. So O equals either 15, depending on what you want to do with it and what's going on. They can use it for any reason, or they could take 0 away in a number, like 101. They could take 0 away, and that's 11. Get it? The reason why you have 101 is not just because it's room 101 or English 101, is because you take the 0 away and it's 11. 11's huge for them, as in the attacks that happened in 2001 is big. The towers that were the twins, they were forming in 11. And I'm going to get into that as well, and the rule of 9. So, and then also 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. So for the thing, a lot of things I'm showing in this video, it's important for you to understand that. So O is not only 6, but it's also 2 plus 4. Also, okay. And then the rule of nines, as in, this thing that happened, the attack that happened back in 2001, okay, it was showing you an 11 because the 11th day is the birth of the Antichrist of this timeline. And it showed, and like I've shared for years, this whole timeline has been shown hundreds of times and all these dates symbolically, and that's been, the timeline has been proven in so many ways. For example, Trumple is symbolized by the 8th day. Many things regarding Trumple thin skin, basically show up on the 8th day on many types of these timelines. Also, Obama is symbolized by the 7th day, and that's the day he dies. It also is 11th day and 12th day because that's the day he comes back to life. Antichrist is kicked out of heaven and falls like lightning falling from heaven. Barack Obama in Luke 10:18 and strikes his dead body, and then he's incarnating. Satan is incarnating his dead body, but he's really symbolized a lot by 7. Of course, 7's God's number for perfection, all that kind of stuff, and he takes that for that. But that's the 7th day that he is going to be killed. So this stuff, shows up all the time. So anyway, the rule of nines. So for example, you see this 11 right here. You add a 9 to it. Anything you add 9 to stays the same. So we have this 11. We have a 9. So then we go 9. Okay, plus 1 is 11. And back to 11. See, anything you add 9 to stays the same, just to show you that. Also, in my last video, I thought Trumple could be put in jail on 7/11 because they were showing jail and prison equals the date of 7/11 and all this stuff. But it's really, oh, by the way, 7/11 is, we see this all over the place in this store. This store is on, it's many stores all over the country of the United States. And we see this on TV and all that kind of stuff. We see, Slurpees and all these things are all, I've shared in previous videos, they're all 7/11. Well, 7/11, there's a reason why I colored it this way. Okay, colored these this way is because 7/11 is hiding. You got the 7 plus 1 is 8, and then the other one is 1. It's hiding 8/1, the first day. And Biden is all about 8/1. The first day, the pre-day is 7/31 because it doesn't add up to a number that's 1 or 1 through 14 or even 15. It's right before, so that's the pre-day. And then the first day is a 1. See, it's a 1. Okay. So, why does this do this? Okay, weird. Leslie Nielsen, who's played Frank Drebin, first in the series Police Squad, and then also in Naked Guns, the movies Naked Guns, Naked Gun 2.5 and 33 1/3. I mean, all that kind of stuff. Okay, he is a type of Biden, okay, and he's dumb. He does stupid things. This is all predictive programming for what's coming with Biden and what's going on right now with Biden. Okay, so Drebin is Biden, and I'm going to show that in many ways here. I'm also going to do a breakdown of his birth and death, and I have this system now that is basically leading me on everybody. I've done it for about 40 different celebrities and even all kinds of places and events and places that have to do with these events that are coming in August, and they're all pointing to me. At first they were pointing to the exact opposite of that, which was in May on days of the year. Then but it was also pointing to August, and I was like, what the heck? So now I've done over 40 celebrities that have been their known births and their known deaths and all this whole workup, and it's all pointing to August. And each celebrity has to do with some version of this timeline. For example, like I said, Drebin or even Leslie Nielsen and his person have to do with Biden because he's a representation of this bumbling idiot. Okay, so Drebin is Biden. I'm going to show you that. Okay, so Drebin, if I would have put out the numbers of the numbers of each letter, D is 4, okay, E is 5, B is 2, and so on. But I'm just going to focus on R. R is 18. Again, 1 plus 8 is 9, so you can remove any 9. So we're going to remove that 9. Now see, over the years, the Lord's taught me how to see this. It's like if you ever watch The Matrix, you have the character Cypher, and he's looking at the Matrix screens, and he goes, I don't see the Matrix anymore. I see blonde, brunette, or redhead. So he can see through the code, and he can see the images. And so that's what I'm getting good at seeing this stuff, because the more I learn, the more I know about how this stuff works. I'm seeing these images, and I'm seeing all this stuff in this. So Drebin, if you take away the R, which is, again, 1 plus 8 is 9, you take away the R, we have Drebin, okay? Now, Drebin is a anagram for what? Ooh, what a shock. BlDEN. It's crazy the way the Lord shows me this. Again, how would I know this if the Lord didn't show me this? How would I know any of this stuff? It's very intricate, it's deep, and it's because He's taught me over the years how to decode the way they do things. So BlDEN is Drebin, and I'm going to show you a lot more proof. So BlDEN's full name is Joseph Robinette BlDEN. It's technically Joseph Robinette BlDEN Jr., and that also fits, but I'm going to show you this way because it fits 100%. Joe Biden, I mean, all these different word names for him, but his full name without the junior is also there. And I'm gonna show you how this fits perfectly with Frank Drebin. So again, first we can take out any 9. So I'm gonna take that 9 out, slash that 9 out right there. Okay, and then we're gonna color code these numbers here. First thing is we have 19 and 5 right here, right there. 19 and 5 is 24. And then we have this O right here, okay? I don't have my pointer with me, so I'm using this thing here. I'm in a little room, and I don't have my mouse with me, and I'm trying to see how the acoustics are and everything too, and just the way this works. But the O, 0 is O, and O can be 6 or 15 or 2 plus 4, as in 24. So that's 6. Then we have 2, and then we have 2 plus 6. So it's 2 plus 6 is 8, and then we have 1. Look. 1st of August 24 is Joseph Robinette BlDEN, and it just happens to be that in English Sumerian and reverse English Sumerian. Nope, it doesn't just happen to be. And then we bring down Frank Drebin. Okay, that's what he's known as. Okay, on the Police Squad back in the 80s, and then also the Naked Gun series. Okay, again we have the same numbers. We have, look at 120 up here, 102, and then 19.5. See those from top to bottom here? Same thing. So we have the same details. The O right here is 6, and that plus 2 is 8. So 1st of August 24. Okay, next thing. So this is in IMDb. This was his first episode, which was in a sense the birth of Frank Drebin. Okay, the birth of Frank Drebin equals the death of the presidency of BlDEN. Okay, that's how this stuff works. Birth equals death with them. And sometimes they do birth and match with birth, but a lot of times they do birth equals death, death equals birth. It's the opposite. It's all about opposites, upside down and backwards, mirrors, everything that's opposite or contrary to what God does. Everything's backwards, opposites, all that stuff. So you have, first thing you have here is the date. This came out, this first episode, which is the birth of Frank Drebin. The first Frank Drebin episode is March 4th, 1982. So now we're going to take the 9s out. We got 3 and 4 and 2 are 9. Get rid of that. And we're going to leave this 1 and the 198 right here, the 198. Okay. So we're going to go, what does it do? Oh, what does it do that? Okay, 19, it's 198, and then we switch the 9 and the 1 to switch them, which you can do at any time. So it's 918. And then we're going to take that upside down and backwards. You can see this all over this presentation. Versions of 816 or 861, upside down and backwards, all kinds of stuff in the 1980s, 1988. I mean, all this stuff is crazy. So 816 becomes 81, and then 6 is hiding. Remember, 2 plus 4. So there we go, 8124. See how this works? It's crazy. And then we have 2 titles for this episode. We have the substantial gift, and then in parentheses the broken promise. So a substantial gift and the broken promise broken down here is 251, 1086, and 239 and 1158. Now watch this. Okay, we have 251 is backwards 152. Just happens to be again the first day. Remember, he's the pre-day, which is 731, and August 1st. August 1st is the 214th day of the year with 152 days left over, and we have over here 251, which is a 152 backwards. Again, they like to do things backwards to hide it, to obscure it. Okay, and then also right here, we have 1086, which is 8, 1, and then 6 is hiding 24. Okay, That's how this works. And then down here, we have 168. 168 again is first, and then 8 is August, and then 6 is 24. Even more than that. See, this 239 is 2, and then 3 plus 9 is 12. Well, 212 is what? 212 is 7/31 or July 31st. Normally, on most years, if we're talking about this year, we're talking about a leap year. But every other year besides a leap year, which is 3 years out of 4, is its 212th day of the year, which is still the same numerology of 7/31 being the 212th day of the year normally in most years. So we literally show in both these titles not only the exact dates, okay, hidden, okay, but also the days of the year. Either this one's forward and this one's backward, okay. A lot of times they're backwards, upside down and backwards, or something like that, like I mentioned. And is that a massive coincidence? No, I don't think so. And then we have Police Squad. Police Squad is 122, or backwards 2 and then 12. Backwards 2 and then 12. What's 212? Again, 7/31 on most years. Okay, there we go. And then we have this full title on the birth of Frank Drebin in a movie. The first Frank Drebin movie called The Naked Gun. This is the full name. Right in here, right in this title, all this details right here is not only the day, but the day of the year, or the day of the year left, days of the year left over. Now watch, 8/1/24 is, watch, see this? It's 1 hour and 25 minutes, or 1 and the 2 and the 5 are switched. Switch the 2 and the 5, and you have 152. It's the 214th day of the year, August 1st, 2024, with 152 days left over. Absolutely insane. And then now we have 1988. 1 plus 9 this is another way that they hide things. Just like in the Roman numerals, if you take I from X or I from V, I from X is 10 and I from X is 9, or V is 5, I from V is 4. So the same thing here. When you have a 1 before a number, you can basically take 1 from that. So 1 from 9 is 8. Right here, 1 from 9 is 8, and then 8 plus 8 is 16. Again, we have 1, 8, 1, 6, or 8, 1, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4, 8, 1, 24. The exact day, month, day, and year. Again, it's going to keep happening, keep happening. There's no way it could just keep happening like this. People have said all the time, oh, you make numbers whatever you want. Really? Yeah. If you're not saying anything, if you're not really showing any real evidence, of course you could. But not like I'm doing. I'm showing exactly how this stuff works out. And this is impossible. It would just have to not work one time. And it works all these times. And I could show you, I have at least 100 more on all these subjects I'm talking about. More movies he's done, all this stuff. Okay, and then here in Gematria, in reverse English or English Sumerian, which is version of English. You have English in reverse. You have English Sumerian, which is times 6 of normal English, and then reverse of that. Okay, these are the ones I use primarily. But there's over 20 different Gematria ciphers that do all kinds of things and are coded in all kinds of ways. So watch this. So if I go the whole Naked Gun here, Files of Police Squad right here. Okay, watch. It's 36 letters and 9 words. This is also, they use this as code. So 3 plus 6 plus 9 is 18. Backwards, it's 8/1, August 1st, or 1st of August. Then we have 3498. You see right there, that's how much it equals. 3498, then with 3 plus 4 plus 9 is 16, and then 8. Again, there we have it. August 1st, and then 6 is 22 plus 4. Again, he was in the movie, very famous movie, Airplane, as far as a farce comedy. He was in the movie Airplane in 1980. This just shows up in IMDb just like this. Is 1980. And so 1980 upside down and backwards is 0861. Again, August, and then switch the 6 and the 1. You have August 1st, and then the 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. Wrongfully Accused. This was another big one of his at that time. It was a parody of The Fugitive. Okay, Wrongfully Accused. 1998, upside down and backwards. Well, first we're going to take one of the 9s out. Okay, because we can take any 9s out and then turn upside down and backwards. So you have 861, or August 1st, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4, 24. Okay, and then Leslie Nielsen was born on February 11, 1926, and he was ritually sacrificed like they do with all these celebrities ritually sacrificed to Moloch, and I knew that was a possibility, that they specifically gonna use Moloch, and then that was because that's what they've done to and a number of reasons. There's Moloch in an owl, and I've shared this in previous videos. That's at Bohemian Grove in California. There's the Moloch that's a is a bull, or it's a bull in Europe and things, and that's smaller. There's been so much symbolism, but the thing that really kicked it off for me, watch my video, go back to my channel, and you'll see the picture of King Charles and his demented self-portrait that happened a few months ago or whatever. It was demented, and then you basically, I do a mirror of that and everything, and I show how that's Moloch. You literally see the bull's head with the horns and everything like that. It's crazy. So anyway, and then I found out that basically their name and the sacrifice to Moloch is literally the same exact date as well. So, and I'm gonna show you this whole thing. This whole breakdown of him is going to show you that it proves that he is a type of BlDEN, being an idiot, playing this character, but also him himself. Leslie Nielsen is a type of BlDEN as well. It's one and the same, basically, the actor and then what they portray. Okay, all that. So here, start off with his birth date. Okay, February 11th, 1926. Well, February, when it's spelled out, it can either, this is another trick that they do, February can either be Gregorian or Roman, because as some of you know, when you go through September, October, November, December, we know them as the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th month. But septem in Latin really means 7. So that's what it really means to the elite. And then octo means 8, but we call it 10, which means it's ridiculous that people believe this stuff, that don't realize this stuff. I mean, that's octo. Novem is really 9 in Latin, but we call it 11 for November, 11th month. That makes no sense. But they do that because they're showing you really what they believe, the Roman calendar. So February, based on Februus, is the 11th month. So 12th month is the last month of the year on the Roman calendar. That's 12, and then we have 11, and then we bring the 1926 down. And so we bring the 12 down, and then 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 19, and then 2 plus 6 is 8. Keep going down, bring the 12 and the 2 down, and then we would take that 198 upside down and backwards, because you can turn things upside down and backwards anytime, or backwards, or switch the numbers because that's backwards. 861. Okay, and then here we go. Now if we take 12-2 backwards, it's 212. So we're going to put 212 and then switch the 6 and the 1, 816. So we literally have the day with the 212th day of the year normally is July 31st, on like I showed you earlier. Most years, the 212th day of the year is July 31st, most years. And then 816 is August 1st, and then 6 is 2024. So we literally have both days represented. 212, the 212th day of the year on most years, is July 31st, and then this year August 1st is showing August 1st 24. So we have both days represented. Again, one is an actual day that these things happen, and one's a reporting day. That's how they do this with 2-day increments. Okay, so, and then the same dates or date are going to be hidden in his death day. November 28th, this is a little bit less, you have to work out. November 28th, 2010 is when he died, or was ritualistically sacrificed. Okay, and that's 11, and then 28. In this situation, we don't use the zeros as O's, we just get rid of the zeros. And that's the thing about zeros. You can use them, they're hiding as O's, which could be 6 or 15, or hiding 2 plus 4, or get rid of them. It's whatever they decide to do on that, and I have to figure that out. Okay, so we got 112821, and then we bring out the 11 and the 2, and then switch the 8 and the 2 to 28. And what do we have? We're going to keep going. We have going backwards. First, right here, 1st of August, 22 plus 1 is 24. 1st of August, 24. That is crazy. And then the next formula is you take his birthday to his death day, and then it's going to show the date that we're talking about, either 7/31 or August 1st. And most of the time showing the year. So watch, we're now going to get rid of a 9 right there. And we literally have 1st of August, 24. I mean, are you kidding me? It's crazy. You see that? 1st of August, 24. backwards, go 1st of August 24. It's crazy. There it is. And then this is how it's listed on Google. Leslie Nielsen, Canadian American actor and comedian. This is all Gematria. Okay, Leslie Nielsen, and then Canadian American actor and comedian. Now watch. So we're gonna go backwards. 1 + 1 + 2 + 4 is 8. And then that 1 right there is 1. And then we have the 0 becomes an O, and O is hiding, which is 6, or 15 is 6. 15 letter of the alphabet is O, and then it's 4 + 5 is 6, and that's hiding 2 + 4, 8, 1, 24. Then we have Canadian American actor and comedian. Watch this. Backwards is 152, or 251 is backwards 152. And then August 1st is the 214th day of the year with 152 days left over, as I'm showing with the arrows. And then we have over here, right here, 3, 6, 7, 8 is 3. 6 + 7 is 13 up there. Okay, 3, 13, 8. Okay, and let's keep going. And then we have 3. The 3's together is 6, 1, 8. And again, that's backwards. 8, 1, and then 6 is 24. 2 + 4. It's crazy. Okay, it's in everything. It's in all these things. It would not be here if it wasn't the case. And this is not chance. It's way too hard. There's so many impossibilities that this would be chance. This is 1 in millions. Some things are in quadrillions. It's crazy. I've literally worked up some of the odds of some of these things, and then the quadrillions, billions, because it's just crazy. So Leslie Nielsen, another thing they do is their age when they die, because it's connected. Your age is connected to your birth and your death. So they love the age. They love hiding these things in different things. So if you take Leslie Nielsen, 84, he died when he was 84, and that represents this. So watch, literally, bam, August 1st, the day with 152 days left over, only in a leap year this year, bam, right there. And then we have 852. 8 + 5 is hiding. 8 + 5 is 13, and then 2. Or backwards, 2 and then 13. What's 2 and then 13? Look, 731 this year is the 213th day of the year. This is all also big, massive coincidence? I don't think so. And then if we get rid of this 2 and this 7, because 2 + 7 = 9 right here, see? Then go backwards, starting right here, 8, 1, 23 + 1, and then 23 + 1 backwards, 23 + 1 right here, 23 + 1 is 24, 8, 1, 24. Seriously, this is and these have to do with each other. I'm literally not only showing you the dates exactly, I'm showing you the days of the year and the days left over exactly. That's even more impossible for these things to line up. And then Leslie Nielsen, 84, is obviously right here. 4 + 4 is 8, and then 1, and then 6 is hiding 2 + 4. That's Leslie Nielsen, 84. So this is another part of my process here, is the number and then spelled out. Leslie Nielsen is also born in Regina, Canada. Then this has to do with his birth, which also has to do with death. Okay, so again, we're going to knock out, first of all, O is 6 in this situation, and then we have a 3 right next to it. So 3 and 6 is 9, so we cross those out, okay? And then we have, right here, we have this 2 and 7. We're going to cross out this 2 and 7, because that equals 9. Any 9 you can get rid of. So literally backwards, we have 8, 1, 24. You see that? 8, 1, 24. Are you kidding me? No way. Now let's do combos. I could do many other combos, but I'm just going to show you a few. Leslie Nielsen, 84, born in Regina, Canada. Again, these all have to do with his birth, which is secretly death of the president, okay? That he represents. He's symbolizing the bumbling, stumbling dude, okay? Now watch. 2 + 7 + 5 + 4 is 18. This is so crazy. And then we have backwards is 23 + 1. And we could do this backwards too. 4 + 5 + 7 + 2 is 18. And then 23 + 1 is 24 backwards. See how it's backwards? Then read it backwards. 8, 1, 24. 8, 1, 24 backwards. There it goes. See, there's no way that could work. And all these things work without nothing. There was nothing that I did based on these concepts that did not work, because it's all set up. This is all pre-planned for many, 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 many years, way before it even started. This stuff even started. Okay, and then watch this. Leslie Nielsen sacrificed to Moloch. I mean, seriously, there it is right there, upside down and backwards, if you can tell. Also, see this, 31 and 5? 5 plus 3 is 8, and then 1 right here is 8, 1. 8, 1 right there. And then we just take that 1908, upside down and backwards, 8, and then you have see the 1, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4, 8, 1, 24. I mean, seriously. And then we have Leslie Nielsen ritualistically sacrificed to the god Moloch, and that's 4770. And then 7 plus 7 is 14, so we have 4. 7 plus 7 is 14, and 0, which is really O. So we have 4 plus 4 is 8, and then the 1, and then 0 is really O, and O is hiding 2 plus 4. There we go. Without trying to show everything out, hopefully you get it by now because I showed you enough. And then look at this Time cover. Look at this Time magazine cover. Panic, and Biden's walking off. This is all Gematria, and I'm going to prove it. He's walking off stage. They're showing you, they're saying Biden's going to be gone. He's going to be gone. He's walking off the stage. And because all the world is a stage, just like Shakespeare said, it's all an act. Okay, he's walking off the stage right now. He's going to walk off the stage. And what is the clue? Right in the wording. Time panic, or time to panic, because on A1 when this happens, here comes the whole timeline. It's time to panic, or time panic. Time panic is 153. What's 153? July 31st, 2024 is the day with 213 days of the year with 153 days left over. Again and again and again, I'm showing you. I'm just hitting you. Boom, showing you. Bam. Are you kidding me? There's even more. Watch this. Time itself, just by itself, for all these years has been the first day of the birth of the Antichrist and the year. Believe it or not. Well, you better believe it, because it's coming, okay? 4/7, time is 47. Look, 31st of July. 4 is 3, hiding 3 and 1, and then 7 is 7, obviously. And that's also, in the details of the numbers, is going to be 8/1/2024. Watch this. 3 and 5 is 8, 1, 20. And then 9, like I said, anything is upside down and backwards. 9 is upside down and backwards. Right here, 9 to the 9 here, upside down and backwards, 6. And 6, like I said, is hiding 2 plus 4. There you go, backwards, 8, 1, and then 2024. 8, and then 1, and then 2024, backwards. I mean, seriously, do you think I can make this up? I mean, if you don't realize how detailed this is and how planned this is and how I couldn't make this up, you're not thinking clearly. Or a lot of people just don't understand how numbers work, but I'm showing you very succinctly, concisely how this works. And this is impossible. See how it shows both dates? And then because there's a year there, it's attached to both dates. I mean, it's crazy in the same number. Okay, it just keeps going. The Economist. So by the way, this came out this week, okay, this last week. And then The Economist. Oh, look, that's funny. It's presidential seal on a walker. That's hilarious. No way to run a country. See, they're all. Why didn't this happen before the presidential debate on June 27th? Because it wasn't time yet. He has been displaying these crazy things for years. This so-called, it's all an act, okay, but people think he's just getting, I mean, again, dementia. I've been saying dementia, because it's the numbers, it's Gematria. I've been saying this for over a year, okay, over a year, the dementia, but I've been saying he's going to be moved and replaced by Harris since he got in. Because the predictive programming is showing that like crazy all over the place. And I'll show you a little bit of that. But so, I mean, they're jumping on this whole thing. And again, you'll see everybody jumped on the bandwagon, but it didn't happen until the debate. And it was clear in many interviews and things he's done. I mean, he was short-circuiting and saying the wrong things and bumbling, stumbling, but it's all Gematria. And I'm going to show you all his bumbling, stumbling is all Gematria, because it's messages, because he's the president. He's saying things. People don't realize what he's saying. He's saying the Antichrist is coming and you have no idea. We're going to hit you over the head with it before you know it. Okay, now watch. No way to run a country is in English Marion 1698. Get rid of the 9 and it's all color-coded. 8 is red. 1 is yellow, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. There you go. And The Economist this whole time, just like Time Magazine, the whole time has been 8/1/2024. The Economist is 8 with a red underline, 1 with yellow underline, and then 6 with blue underline. And 6 is, get rid of the 0 in this situation. 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. There you go. I mean, are you kidding me? It's in front of your face. We have English Sumerian and reverse English Sumerian. Again, they're English times 6, and reverse is just reverse. Okay, and then this was on July 4th, and this is Sky News reporting. I used to think when I was a senator, there's always congestion on the highways. There's no congestion anymore. I'm not going to try to do Biden. None. We got on the highway and there's no congestion. I mean, this is just nuts. And so the way they get me to stop talking, they'll say, we just shut down all the roads, Mr. President. You're going to lose all the votes if you don't get in. But anyway, I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. It's gibberish. And he says congestion a couple times. Why does he say congestion? Why is he rambling about congestion? Because congestion is something. Now watch. This whole thing, and now runs off the side, but it's the whole thing in Gematria. I used to think when I was a senator, all this whole thing, and you just can't see it there, is 8 is in, you see the 8 is underlined with red, 8, and then 1, and then 9 plus 6 plus 9 is 24. Boom. Proving it. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm proving it. I'm showing it, proving it. Okay, now watch. Why does he mention congestion a few times? Why is he rambling on about congestion? I mean, what does that have to do with anything? Because congestion exactly equals Antichrist. He's saying the Antichrist is coming and you have no idea. You're going to get smacked over the head with it and just shock and awe before you know it. And it may be coming in August. I'm saying it may. It's a very good chance. I think it's a massive, massive probability with all I'm seeing with my system is basically proving it. But I haven't. I mean, I've had some things that show my system works, completely. But this will be the telltale thing here. The proof's in the pudding. When we'll see when August or July 31st and August 1st roll around. If this happens, and if it happens, look out. This whole timeline's coming, and there's just amazing, fantastical, crazy, ridiculous things coming that are going to just shock and awe people. And then here comes the Antichrist to swoop in, and Barack Hussein Obama to basically be the savior, the false savior. Okay, so the other thing he said on July 4th was, again, July 4th is July, and then 4 is hiding 3 plus 1, or 31. I was in that World War I cemetery in France, and by the way, it's World War II cemetery, and it's all about Normandy, the storming of Normandy. That's why it's in France. It's a little town outside of Normandy. I forget what it's called now. And then the one that one of our colleagues, the former president, didn't want to go and be up there. I probably should say, and anyway, we just got to remember who we are. We're the United States of America. I mean, what does that have to do with any? It's just gibberish. Read it again yourself. It's gibberish. But it's not gibberish. It's people see, everybody would believe that, and he becomes a laughingstock. He becomes a laughingstock just like Frank Drebin is a laughingstock. People laugh at him. Ha, that's funny. Ha, you're an idiot. You're stupid because you're a police lieutenant and all this stuff. Ha, you're funny. Ha. But no, it's not funny. It's real. It's going to be super serious. You'll see. I guarantee this stuff is coming eventually. I guarantee most of the stuff I've said in my time is going to come. I just don't know exactly when. All I can do is estimate or speculate right now, and for years I've been speculating, but this is the most I've ever had. My system I've never had the system up as in like I've had it now, and it completely works for August. It's insane. So anyway, here we go. And again, I was in that World War I cemetery in France, blah 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 blah. It keeps going, and then both of those in English and reverse English Sumerian are 8:124. You can see it. You get rid of this 9 over here, and on the second one, and it's 810, which is 6. You can see it right here if you want to pause, whatever. Okay, and then during a radio interview this last week as well, he said during a radio interview reported by Sky News, but I heard the audio, Biden made a verbal missteps, mistakenly claiming he was the first black woman to serve with a black president. He literally said that. I mean, are you kidding me? But again, that's Gematria, the first black woman to serve with a black president. Watch. Ready? The first black woman to serve with a black president. First black president is, look, 8 is 4 and 4 is red is 8. 1 and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. Are you kidding me? I'm proving it. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. Okay, so then I'm going to get here. I'm going to show you some video right now of Biden. Okay, Biden time. Okay, and he's going to. This was on the 5th, and I'm showing this that's July 5th. And 2 main things he says. I could do a workup of everything he says, but I'll show you 2 main things he says that are showing the numbers and everything. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you this right now.
Now you probably heard we had a little debate last week. Can't say it was my best performance. We love it, Joe.
Now that is the understatement of this still very young century.
But ever since then, there's been a lot of speculation. What's Joe going to do? Is he going to stay in the race? Is he going to drop out? What's he going to do? Well, here's my answer. I am running and going to win again.
Feeling life is but a joke. But you and I will.
You voted for me to be your nominee. No one else. You, the votes. The voters did that. And despite that some folks don't seem to care who you voted for, well, guess what? They're trying to push me out of the race. No! Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020. I will beat him again in 2020.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, what he showed there, if you didn't realize it, in a couple of his statements, first one I'm going to say, I'm running and I'm going to win again. Okay, he said that very emphatically and with his eyes wide, wide-eyed, wild-eyed. I'm running and I'm going to win and going to win again. I'm running and going to win again. I mean, it's just, here it is right here. Watch. So we got 434. So 4 plus 3 is 7. And then 4 is hiding 3 plus 1. Again, boom. What is that? 731, 2024, 731 right there. Okay. Then we have this one right here. Right below here is 8. You see the 1. And then the 6 is 2 plus 4. And then we have this, and that's right here, and this date right here, 8/1/24. Okay, and then we have over here, 268, right here, 268. 268, 268 is hiding 2, and then 6 plus 8 is 14. 214, the 214th day of the year is right there. August 1st is the 214th day of the year. I'm proving it. Boom. And then he said, the last thing I showed it, that he really, people say, oh, big gaffe. I will beat him again in 2020. Well, we're in 2024, and that's when you would beat him, not 2020. Okay. Again, Frank Drebin. He's Frank Drebin. Okay. Now watch. I'm going to show this again. Again, 3, and then 3 plus 9 is 12. So what's that? 213 backwards. Again, they love doing 2 backwards. 213 is 213 right there. This year's July 31st is the 213th day of the year. And then we have right here a version of 213. Just switch the 1 and the 2. We have 213 right there. And then we have 214. Just get rid of the 0. 214. Then we have 214th day of the year right there. I will beat him again in 2020. This is haphazard. This is a mistake. No, it's exactly. These are demons in flesh suits. Whatever this thing is, I don't think it's Biden. He now has his earlobe attached. His earlobe wasn't attached before. He looks like when he first came out and debated Trump the very first time for the first that election cycle when Trump became president, he debated Trump. He came out and he looked like someone else. He looked like skin stretched over someone else's head. I mean, look at the accounts of it. Look at the people said he didn't say, no one said he did, but he said he must have had major plastic surgery. He sounded different. He looked different. It's something else. Okay, I can pretty much guarantee it. The look and the whole thing of Joe Biden was gone. And whatever it is, it's demonically inspired. This thing is planning this. It's speaking in the right code and everything. I'm telling you, the numbers and the symbols show it. They prove it. And if you don't see that, I'm sorry. You can't see the forest for the trees, unfortunately. Okay, now I'm going to show you this. This is President Ford back in 1989, which is the numbers, and I'm going to show you here in a second here. Ford back in 1989, basically with a bunch of girls saying how a vice president woman is going to become president, and pretty much forecasting what's going to happen in the future with Biden and Harris. Okay, and by the way, he was a replacement. So he's a replacement talking about a replacement. He was a replacement for Nixon, his vice president at the time, for about a year or something. And then, he's talking about a replacement of Harris for Biden in code, okay, in a sense. And he's saying, first he goes, I think this is going to happen this way, but then he says, this is how it's going to happen. Because he's a Freemason, just like Truman was, and many other presidents are Freemasons, or like Trump is not only a Scottish Freemason, but he's also the highest Knights Templar. And here we go.
Ford, what advice would you give a young lady wanting to become President of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become President of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law or Constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful, because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination.
Okay, so that was crazy. Hopefully you saw the nuances to that. Okay, and I want to show you a couple other things here as well. 1989 is the date we're talking about, okay? I'm going to show you in a second. But also, this was a clip I got a couple years ago from a PBS station, okay? And it shows, this was the title, this is when it started. It showed this title screen here, okay? Now, but first, before I do that, it's 1989. Okay, so you get 1989. You get rid of A9. So you have 189. Upside down and backwards is 681. And then backwards is 18. 1st of August 24, because 6 is 2 plus 4. I mean, seriously, it's crazy. And then that was the title page. And then this was the finishing page. And then that's where it just stopped, okay? But from the title page to the finish page, I'm not kidding one bit. I'm telling you, watch this, how long this was. So remember, this is 8/1/24, so in the year 24, and to confirm that, the exact length of this clip from this Iowa Public Television station was exactly 2 minutes and 24 seconds for 2024. Are you kidding me? Can you believe that is... That gave me chills when I realized that, when I saw that. It was like, oh my gosh, this stuff's so intricately planned by the demons behind all this stuff. And all of media, especially public television. I mean, you're talking about bureaucrats moved by demons. That's the big example of all. Okay, so thank you. Anyway, thank you. I want to thank everyone who's ever supported this ministry. Thank you so much. You know, my heart is just very full. But unfortunately, in a way, even though there's some people supporting me and things, it's really gone down as far as even feedback and views and stuff. And I think a lot of it has to do with you, Boob. I have over 28,000 subscribers, and my last few videos only got a little over 2,000 views. I mean, I'm being massively, as I've proven and shown in the past on my videos, proven it completely. I'm massively shadow banned by you, Boob. I call them you boobs. They massively shadow ban me because they don't want this, as I get closer to the time, they don't want this information out, obviously. I mean, who would? I mean, seriously, they want to nail them to the wall. So anyway, and then also my donations are very down right now. I think a lot of people are falling away from from understanding the stuff's coming and all that, and they're getting tired out for these since the Revelation 12 sign. It's been almost 7 years. Almost on the 16th, which would be the day after my timeline, it's 7 prophetic years for the Revelation 12 sign. Another thing I haven't mentioned to some of the faithful is also when I do the count from Leviticus 23 of the of Shavuot, from the beginning of the year of God's creation calendar, literally Shavuot is literally exactly on 8/15, August 15th. The next day is the 16th, which is exactly 7 prophetic years from the Revelation 12 sign. I mean, it's perfect. It's so perfect. And maybe I'll do a video on that at some point to show that. But I do the exact count from Leviticus 23 on the, 14 days in the year is Passover, 15 days on Feast of Unleavened Bread, and you do the count, or you do 7 Sabbaths, and then you add 50 days, but you have to do it on the morrow of that Sabbath, and this whole count I've done for years, and this is the first time it literally lines up with the exact last day of my timeline, August 15th. That's when Shavuot, the first fruits of God, the balance of the bride, go up into the heaven to meet the head. It's just crazy. Anyway, for you people for my brothers and sisters who've been looking for that information. So I want to thank everybody again, and also the people that came at the last second for the last couple months. Thank you. I mean, thank you, and then blah, 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 to the bad. So blah, 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 to bad, my tongue out at you, to the evil, nuggets out there that are stopping all this and trying to stop me from speaking and all that stuff and distracting people and all the demonic forces and all the stinky BOs, all his allies and everything like that. I go blah, blah, blah to you. And then thank you to all the good people and everything that supported this and who are fighting and everything else. I want to thank you so much. So much. Thank you. So, and also if you're able to give, we really need it right now. I'm a week from having my rent due, which I'm about $1,000 short. And then this Monday, I'm doing this on a Sunday. This Monday I need to shop for my whole family. I have 6 members of my family. I have 4 children, which include, I have 4 children, okay, and my wife. And we have to spend it is $300 to $400 for all this stuff for about a week and a half or whatever it is to eat and everything, and I don't have it. And if we count paying my rent, I don't have it. So if you're able to give, please, I thank you so much if you're able to give, and thank you. I just pray that the Lord blesses you just so much for your gifts and everything else. So the links are in the description box below for PayPal and even Zelle Pay. If you haven't done Zelle Pay, it's zellpay.com. It's sign up for free, and it doesn't cost to transfer any money or anything. It's really nice. And I also have a P.O. box, so that's in the description box below if you want to support us at all. So thank you so much. Again, I'm so thankful for everyone who's ever supported me, prayed for our family. If you can't support, please pray for us. I need it all the time. So God bless you. This is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.